Greetings, Inquisitor. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 66 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week. We go through all of the character upgrades. I talk about the plans for the future. And this time we're going to talk a little bit about plans for getting into Aurodium. I'm moving up quickly through Chromium, so we need to start thinking about and preparing for Aurodium already, which is really interesting. So with that, let's get into it. Let's see what happened in the account for this week. We are targeting Shaak for a relic in week 67. That's next week. We got some good progress on her. Just got 2 pieces left to go. We still have to work on that finisher. We should be able to finish that up this week and also farm up some of the materials that we need to scrap to get her relic level up. The Armorer is a character that we really want to progress, so we go ahead and give her a gear tier here. And I'm looking at the gear here. I can see some Kairos and things like that. So I say, well, let's go over here to our journey guide and see what we're going to do in the journey guide first before we pay any more attention to the armor. So here we're going to get Wat Tambor. We got his last shard, so we got him to 7 stars. That allows us to take him gear 12. He may be our next relic target after Shaak. We've got him, Cad Bane, and Clone Sergeant ready to go, so we'll pick one of those 3. Assuming that next week goes well and we get that Shaak finished off. We've still got 22 million credits in the bank at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that button. And we see now that the armor is not actually ready for an upgrade to gear. So I'm looking through here trying to figure out what it is that's duplicated. Here we need a stun gun. We're short on those Mark 6 syringes, so I'm always looking to see if that's where we're hung up. But it's this Carbanti. So we've got a stun gun and a Carbanti, and that's what the duplicate gear is, preventing her from taking another tier. So we'll get that later. We take a look here at Bo-Katan. Of course, she's part of the JMK journey as well. We'll give her a gear tier. Now she's got some Cairo and some other stuff that she needs, so we'll just take that gear tier for this week. Go back to the journey guide and take a look, and everybody here has some green pluses, but there's no more gear tiers to be had. These characters are all in pretty good shape. I mean, we need to finish that 7th star on Bo-Katan, which may be toward the end of this journey. But 89 of them left to go. But we can afford to work on the armor a little bit more. So we go ahead, lock down that stun gun that uses up one of those Carbantis. It'll make it a little easier to see next week if we're able to get her in good shape to take the next gear tier. We'll keep working her up, maybe even to relic level. We're going to put mods on her now, try to get her as fast as we can. The goal is to add the armorer to the C team with Sith Eternal, Wat Tambor, and the armorer. You can beat SLKR teams. If I get to the point where I'm fighting up against people who may have SLKR, for example, on defense, then I want the option to be able to take C on offense and beat them. And you can do that even with a relatively low gear armorer, but it does take Han Solo, so we may have to look at building up our Han Solo in the coming weeks so that we can shoot first, hit Hux, and then, we have a chance to use the armor effectively. So we're looking through more characters, trying to see what else we have to work on. Mara Jade is a character that we do want to get functional, and we've still got 18 million credits in the bank, so there she goes to level 85. Still only 3 stars. Of course, we can't afford to get her any more stars at the moment. We'll see where they put her when they make her farmable. I hope that she'll be somewhere on the Cantina. That would be wonderful, and then we could, consider bringing her stars up. We're going to go ahead and put skills on her and mods as well, and get her ready to put into the team with Emperor Palpatine and Vader. Adding Mara Jade helps against a team that you can't beat with 1 round of Merciless Massacre. That allows you to do some damage and then get the team under control. Mara Jade can steal turn meter, put staggers on people, and get you more turns and allow you to potentially win with higher banners. So in Grand Arena, you always want to win with the highest banners you can. We get her up to 237 speed here. That's not quite as fast as I want to go, but for her current gear level, it's okay. So we got her started at least, and like I said, if we need her in Grand Arena to help get us the best banners on the win, we can do that. Then we go through and replace mods. We stole some mods for Mara Jade, and the armor, so we had to put those back. This week we're going to go ahead and start Rex's Arc 170, so we're going to get that going. We'll take that up to level 60 just to put some skills on it, and we'll keep working on these skills all the way up. Rex is gear 11, so we can go ahead and finish out that skill. We take him up to level 70, finish out the couple skills, and it looks like that's going to be about as much as we can do. We do want to get some work done on the Home 1 capital ship as well, so we're going to go down there and see if we can get some levels and put some more effort into this Home 1 as our capital ship for the Geo fleet. But this is the point where I realize that I'm completely out of shipbuilding materials from working on Rex's ship, and we go ahead and take Admiral Akbar up to level 85, because one way that you can improve a capital ship is working on the capital ship. Another way is to work on the Admiral. So we're going to build up his skills, we're going to build up his levels, we're going to work on his stats a little bit to help the multiplier on that capital ship. We're going to go in and take a look at Kyle Katarn. We're starting to use him a little bit in the Mon Mothma team, so we're going to go ahead and take him up to level 85. We've still got Gar Saxon and the Imperial Super Commando. We built the Gauntlet Starfighter as one of our ships, or we're in progress of building it. We're in progress of building these characters. So we still have some money left in the bank, so we're going to go ahead and put some levels on these guys. And again, it's not great or necessary. It's not really pushing the account forward that much, but a little bit at a time. Just keep making those characters better, keep making that ship better, and it'll come around as a very good part of a functional fleet. So a little more effort in there this week. We've run out of credits. We've run out of shipbuilding materials. That's all we've got. We did get the 7th star on the Imperial TIE Bomber. It went by pretty quickly, but I don't think I mentioned that. But we did get the 7th star on the TIE Bomber, so we're done with one of our pilotless ships, and that's going to allow us to force farm the Armorer and get done with her. And then we'll introduce the other 2 bounty hunter ships into our rotation like we talked about a couple weeks back. All right, the account stats. Week 66, 2.77 million GP. We added 70K. Over half of that was just Rex's ship. Of course, we got that up and running. That's a lot of GP. Relics still got 25. Zetas, we still got 38. I did consider doing Vader's leadership, but I think most of the time I'm going to put him with Emperor Palpatine. So at the end of the day, I didn't end up putting the leadership Zeta onto Vader yet. So we'll hold on to that, and I'll take a better look at that next week and see where I want to put some of these Zetas. In Fleet Arena, we've got the Negotiator still getting us top 5, and the project, of course, is Shaak T getting the relic for next week. The plan for next week, we're going to continue to farm these nodes. Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber, BTLB. The TIE Bomber's done, so technically we'll be farming the Armorer twice and Bo-Katan. In Fleet, we're still working on the Rebel Y-Wing. Working on getting some shards for that Mandalorian so we can start him someday. In the Cantina, we're working on signal data. Mods, we're going to continue farming slicing materials for another week and just see what that gets us in terms of saving some credits. Refreshes, we're doing 3 mod, 3 energy, 3 fleet. Squad Arena Store, we're doing prestige at least 3 times a week and buying gear and with the rest. They did introduce those Mark 6 syringes into that shop, as well as Mark 7 computers that you can use. So there's a few things out of that Squad Arena Store at the bottom with the new gear that I think really takes priority even over buying prestige right now for this account. Fleet stores, we're buying Zetas. Pretty much that's all we're buying out of that shop. Everything else is going to feed the shard store. So what about going to Aurodium? This round I started at 25.57. The cutoff for Chromium 3 is 25.60 at the top end. So I was 3 points from being in Chromium 2. And I've got 2 wins this week. So if I get a 3rd win, then I'll get even more skill rating. But with 2 wins right now, I'm already going to move up to Chromium 2 for the next round of GAC. And with 2 more weeks to go, it's possible that we could get into Chrome 1. If we get into Chromium 1, then we'll get promoted to Aurodium at the end of the season. So what are we going to do if we make it all the way to Aurodium with this little account, still under 3 million galactic power? I'm going to be, quite a ways away from my galactic legend, so I just wanted to think about it a little bit right now. I counted up the number of teams that I have that are functional, and really I have right at 14 functional teams. So I do have one more team that I place, but it's complete garbage, and usually just hide it behind my galactic legend on defense. But with 14 functional teams, I would need 4 more teams, because you have to place 9 and 9 on defense and 9 on offense. My GL is going to be a lot less useful because, of course, once you get up to Aurodium, people with higher galactic power, you really expect that almost all the accounts at that level are going to have a galactic legend. Maybe they won't, but I think it's a reasonable expectation. So if I really wanted to build more teams and actually have functional defenses with offense stuff to back it up, how would I do that? So one thing I was looking at, I have my trooper team with Veers, Piet, Gideon, the relic Snow Trooper, and my Gideon is not reliced yet, so the officers are relic, but Gideon's still gear 12. But I could build 2 teams out of that. We could build Veers, Piet, Gideon. We could start working on Death Trooper a little bit. We have the Storm Trooper at 7 stars. We could probably put in Dark Trooper instead of that Death Trooper, but we haven't even started farming the Dark Trooper really, so he would be a pretty long haul. But Dark Trooper eventually could go in that team. And then with the new Iden Versio character, we could take that Relic Snow and Stark. They don't have leadership skills. We could put in characters like Ranged. We could think about Magma, because the Magma Trooper comes out of a shop, and we wouldn't have to actually farm shards for that, so that could be an easy grab for us. And we could actually split up into 2 trooper teams, and I don't know. I think then I would have the option to have 1 really good trooper team if I needed it, or 2 kind of cleanup teams that would be able to handle some kind of mid-grade teams. So I could separate into 2 trooper teams. We do have Kylo Ren unmasked. I think he's at gear 11, and in theory we could relic him. We've got the Red Sith Trooper that we built, so we could put the Red Sith Trooper with him. And then basically you just build Hux and put a Zeta on him and put that team together. And it doesn't have to be that good. You just have a Relic Kylo, and it's a defense. And it probably won't hold, but it's not for free, right? You don't want to just give your opponent a garbage team that they can beat for 68 banners. So that at least prevents that. They have to bring in something to beat the crew, so it could be a defensive team. And we could build Kylo Ren masked, the old school Kylo Ren, OG, whatever you want to call him. At the Galactic Power, at Aurodium, you're going to be looking at a lot of people who have done both Revan journeys, and a lot of people then take that Old Republic team and they put that as one of their defensive teams. It's very common to see, and Kylo, the old school Kylo, really clears up that team for 69 banners. So we could build that as another solo for offense. So these are some thoughts, and I don't know that I'll do it. Even if I get to Aurodium, I think my focus is on this Galactic Legend Kenobi, and I'll probably just stick with that all the way to the end. But after I get done with the Kenobi journey, these are still going to be some ideas. So what I may do, I may just start, poking around in the background and see if I can build some of these characters up. After the Kenobi journey, we're still looking to do potentially Jedi Master Luke. So we could also look toward, starting a CLS team, building that up and getting that going. So there's some different options. But the Trooper thing is interesting, and certainly Kylo Ren could be interesting to build as a solo character. So some things that we could look at and think about. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing, but for other people who are in the same situation that I'm in, maybe these are some ideas that help you to develop more teams or to extend your roster and make better use of what you already have. That's all we got for the account this week. We do have a contest going on for subscribers that'll finish up soon. We're going to do a big push through the end of March. Come on over to the Discord and be part of that. The Discord is linked in the description of the Holocron down below. Just click that link. Come join us over on the Discord. We really have a great community. We're trying to get a few more subscribers. We're running contests. We're doing giveaways. We're having all kinds of fun, and you can participate in all that stuff over on Discord. So hope to see you over there. Click the like button if you haven't done that already. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this in the future. And I will see you in the next Holocron.